22-year-old Javon Ramkam died yesterday after a tragic fall from a 200-foot tower. He'd been up there with his father, doing a routine second job of the day. But that's when tragedy struck, leaving Troy Polonio helpless, watching Javon fall to his death.
About 1 o'clock, we left from Channel 5 and went to Benny's compound up the road. And, we were to mount one AP equipment for internet. I took up the actual equipment and my son took up the cable. And we went up about 200 feet. And it's routine. He knows what to do. We do it all the time. So I'm there now on one end of the tower, but the tower is huge. So I'm about 12 feet from him. So I tossed the cable that I have, that he used to hold over that side, and he was to toss back his. So I saw him move down. I said, Javon, what do you do? He said, get the cutters to cut with the cable, because apparently he cable tied to his chest. But he already pulled it up and secured it onto the cross member for the tower. So I said, okay. So he cut away that. Next motion I see he move. But to come forward, I see the man. I see the man go back way. I holler out to him. He just go till out to my side. I try to come down the tower as fast as I could and I holler for the man. No reply. Reach down there. I stand up on the ground. I try to check her. Hope that maybe just unconscious. But in my head I don't know, they're so high. But I just pray for some kind of miracle.
Polonio says that when he'd finally lost hope in that miracle and stopped calling out to his son, all that was left for him to do was remove Javon's safety harness. But he wonders whether that harness bears the fault of his son's death, and says that shortly after removing it, he noticed that the clip on the left side, the one that's meant to be secure, seems to have come loose. But he'll never know whether that was the cause or the result of Javon's fall. Now, all he can do is reminisce about a hard-working and obedient son who was also a very jovial person.
Javon, they love DJing, he and his brother. They love parties. They like to go, but he's a cool guy. He's always willing. Just the day before he asked me, Dad, I need to leave money to buy a dog. I said, dog? I ended up giving him the money and he bought the dog, so that's all we have here. But he's an outgoing person. I can't say nothing bad about him.
And this morning, during our conversation, Polonio wondered out loud whether he's destined to lose his sons once they come of age, telling me that another son, his junior, was murdered in the street just a little over a year ago. It's part of the reason why he didn't push his two remaining sons too harshly in what he acknowledges is a dangerous line of work.
One thing I do or don't do is not, if they don't want to go work, I don't force them to. Whatever they want to do, they do. If they want to go work with me today, sometimes they don't feel like go work, I just say, okay, just don't go. I just get somebody else to care. Because of the line of work, I don't force them to. And worse of recent, it got worse because we can't get no coverage for our line of work now. None of the insurance company did. All they want to do is reap and reap and reap. But they don't see that probably this is a losing venture. There's only so much riggers in Belize. It's not like cars. You have thousands and thousands of cars. They're ready and willing to insure those. As the odds of an accident happen is, it'll be covered. But our line of work, we do it at a risk.
Cherise Halsell, 7 News.